welcome back to Sally's Backyard. I'm Sally. If you're new, thanks for joining me. If you've been with me for a while, I really appreciate your coming back. So this week there's going to be a little knitting, a little baking, maybe some other crafts too, we'll see. And yeah, so let's get started. Hi everyone. I don't know about you, but baking and cooking and gardening to me all bring memories of people that I've loved or that I've cared about. And I think it's because it's an expression of love in return. Cooking or baking for someone, you know, shows that you care for them and that you're thinking of them. And in the garden for me, when I grow a flower that was a favorite of, let's say, my aunt or my mom, I'm always thinking of them when I'm in the garden. And I have a little poem that I keep in my kitchen, and I wanted to read it to you before we get started. It's called My Kitchen. My kitchen is a mystical place. It is a place where the sounds and the odors carry meaning that transfers from the past and bridges into the future. Pearl Bailey. So what I'm going to make today is you might hear Riley. He's having his lunch. Oh, and my oven just preheated. Anyway, what I'm making today is a recipe that I found online from Martha Stewart. It's a cast iron chocolate chip cookie, and it makes a big cookie in your cast iron skillet. And then I just cut it into cookie bars. And it makes enough for just my husband and I. You know, if we just want a little something sweet, I don't have to make a big batch of cookies. I can make it all in one bowl, and it just goes into the cast iron skillet, so it's very simple. Sorry. He's always wanting attention of some kind, so that's just Riley. Life with Riley. Anyway, I will share the link for the recipe in the show notes or the description box. So yeah, let's get started. One thing I haven't mentioned about my baking, I typically substitute olive oil for butter. I've been doing it for years. I've never really been able to tell a difference. My family hasn't been able to tell a difference. So when I make my recipes, that's what I use. And of course you can use whatever you like. I started the Hotel of Bees shawl, but I want to show you this pattern. It's a paid-for pattern by Christine Hattinger, and but I just want to show you all these pages. So there are a lot of steps to this, but I'm really enjoying it again. I did change out one of the yarns. I had that kind of turquoise blue. I took that one out, and I actually have this yarn that I dyed. This is an alpaca wool blend, and this is from a local alpaca farm. And I will put the name of that in the description box because I can't remember the name of it. But anyway, I dyed this with onion skins and black walnuts together. So I've gotten kind of this like beigey yellow. It's almost like a honey color. So I'm using that instead of the turquoise blue. The natural colors will all look better and blend better together. But let me just show you the little bit that I've gotten done. This is where I'm at so far. And this is the marigold colorway. And then this color here is the onion skin and black walnut together. The alpaca wool blend. So that's where we're at so far. This is the wings portion, and then this is the open work portion, and I'll get to the honeycomb section next, I believe. So yeah, that's where I'm at. This is the wide end of the shawl, and I'm just going to keep working away. It's a lot of fun. It does require my attention because it's a line by line pattern. So yeah, that's where I'm at. We're gonna go out today and hit the thrift store. Something we haven't really been doing too much of in the past couple of years, I guess. But it was something we used to do a lot of. Thrift stores, garage sales, auctions, all kinds of stuff. I'll tell you more about that here in a little bit. So let's go. Let's get out of the house for a little while. I'm going to show you just a couple of the things that I got. I did get a few tops. There was that pretty pink crocheted blanket. I did not buy it, but it was so pretty. It was in really good shape. So hopefully someone will buy that and get some good use out of it. It's always a little bit sad to see those things at the thrift store because you know how much work went into it, but it happens. So one thing I picked up, I got this pie plate, and it's Pyrex, $2.99. Yeah, since I just have that one pie plate from my grandma, I thought it would be nice to add another one, and I love blue glass, so I thought that was fun. And then I also found this. It says Millie Murata's Woodland Wild, and it's brand new, and it's a coloring book. So yeah, I will either keep that and use that for myself because I love to color, or I will gift it to someone. But yeah, I thought that was a really good deal. So I got that. And I mentioned earlier that we used to do a lot of shopping at thrift stores. We go to auctions and garage sales and things. I owned 2 Etsy shops for 10 years. Sally's Backyard was the jewelry shop, vintage jewelry. And Sally's Backyard Home, I sold vintage home decor and accessories. So we would go out treasure hunting quite a bit to find things for the shops. And I really enjoyed it. It was so much fun. I still think about maybe going back to it someday, but I've been out of it for a couple of years now, and I'm really enjoying my hobbies and other interests. So I think sometimes, you know, those things kind of come and go in our lives. But yeah, we used to have a lot of fun doing that. And we still like to go to thrift stores and occasionally a garage sale. We haven't done that in a couple of years either, just because of the pandemic. But I'm hoping that this year we'll be able to get out a little more and be able to get back to doing some of those things that we enjoyed. So that's my thrift store haul. And don't worry, this won't turn into a thrifting podcast. There are enough of those out there. But it is something that I enjoy doing. And occasionally I'll share it with you. While we were out today at the thrift store, we stopped at a local craft shop, and I picked up this really cute box. It's got bumblebees all over it, sticking with the bee theme. But I got this so that I can put my washcloths in there that I make. So I can have a box of washcloths. So I think those will fit nicely in there. And since there are going to be 12 of them, there will be plenty of room. So yeah, I thought that would be really cute. So I have my box of washcloths. We had some ice last night, not enough to make the roads bad, but it did cover all the surfaces, all the trees and all the plants, and of course the fence and the birdhouses. It was really pretty to wake up to this morning. Can you hear the birds? I think they are as happy as I am that spring is finally on its way. Hi everybody. It's been a while since I've been able to sit out on the front porch. And yeah, it's so nice out today. It's March 2nd. And I think it's going to be close to 60 degrees in Ohio today. I wanted to show you what I'm working on currently. Still working on my Hotel of Bees shawl. I have made some progress on that, and I'll show you that progress in the next episode. And I'm still working on my hotcakes scarf, so I will show you more of that in the next episode. First, let me show you this bag. My husband got me this for Christmas. It's little dogs, on a canvas bag with a zip. And he actually got this at our groomers, Riley's Groomer. They had these, and I thought, what a great little bag for small projects. So yesterday, the kitchen sink shop released the pattern for the March dishcloth, and it's called Emily's Garden. She's basing the patterns on some of her favorite books, and I think they may be books from her childhood. And this is a book series. It's 3 books about Emily by L.M. Montgomery, who you probably know as the author of the Anne of Green Gables series. But this is called Emily's Garden. I have not read the Emily books, but I may look into those because I love Anne of Green Gables. And I just started it last night, and I'll put a picture up here of what it's supposed to look like. But I just wanted to show you my start. And I'm using US size 4 needles, and I'm using Lily Sugar and Cream. And this is a green colorway. I'm not sure exactly what color this is, what the color name is. I've had it in my stash for a little while. So I started that last night. So that's been fun to work on. I'm really enjoying these year of dishcloths, even though I'm going to use mine as washcloths. I make scrubbies for my dishes. I'll have to show you that sometime. I've been making those for a long time. Just the little round crocheted scrubbies for my dishes. Occasionally you might hear a car go by. We're not too far from the road, so I hope that's not too distracting. Before I wrap up today, I wanted to mention a couple of patterns that I purchased in the past couple of days with things the way they are in the world. You know, I think it's good to support people. I bought 2 patterns from 2 Ukrainian designers. If you go on Ravelry, you can actually search designers by the country that they're in. So I thought it would be a good idea, and I've actually seen this on Instagram, that people are buying patterns from Ukrainian designers. So I'll put a picture of these up. The first one, these are both crochet patterns. The first one is called the Berry Whirl Shawl, and it's by Yulia Tkachenko, and I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. It's a very pretty shawl. It's for fingering weight, which I have plenty of. So I'm going to make that. And then the second pattern that I purchased is called the Blossom Scarf, and it's by Kate Velasunka. And that also calls for fingering weight yarn. So I'm going to be making those here in the future. So yeah, I mean, it's a way to give just a little bit. I think every little bit counts. I also bought my garden seeds this past weekend. Baker Creek Heirloom Seeds was having a sale that all of the profits from their seed sales over this past weekend, they were donating to Ukraine relief. And so I had waited to buy my seeds, and I was just procrastinating, and then that came up in my Instagram feed. So I thought, you know, this year I'm going to buy from Baker Creek. And they raised $1.6 million over the weekend for that. So I think every little bit helps. I will definitely keep you posted when I start those projects, probably here in the spring going into summer. I'm going to wrap up this episode for now. If you've been with me for a little while, thanks for coming back. If you're new, thanks for joining me. And I hope everyone is staying safe and healthy. And I will see you guys again next time. Bye, everybody.